Did a lot of bad things and never did I.
Hello everybody, it's Jess here with Let's Jess. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if the lighting looks weird. I feel like I look crazy, but it's nighttime and I haven't done a sit down video with lights in a while, so we're doing the best we can. And you may hear craziness going on outside. My husband's out there with the other kids, with my other two kids, and they're doing bath time and everything else. But I had a minute to sit down and do what I packed in my hospital bag. This is baby number 3. So I wish I had shown you guys, because I wasn't doing YouTube back then, what I packed for the first baby, second baby, and now I'm doing the third baby, but things have changed a lot. I really found out what you need, what you don't need, and I've pared it way down because a lot of the stuff I thought I needed, I didn't need, and we'll talk about some of those things. But I'm going to show you what's in my bag and what's in the baby's bag. Hopefully we have time to do both today. So we're going to go ahead and get started with what I packed in my bag. All right, you guys, so I'm just going to start pulling stuff out. There is a list of stuff that I have on my phone to pack, like as we're actually leaving for the hospital, things I need now. That includes contact solution and contacts and my glasses, because I do wear contacts and I don't want to have to wear them 24/7 when I'm at the hospital. Also chargers, camera equipment, phone chargers, things like that. I'll have a separate list for that, but I tried to put most everything in here so I don't have to think about it. So let's start with toiletries. So I like to go ahead and get a lot of like individual ones so I don't have to carry like a ton of toiletries. So I went ahead and got my husband and I a fresh toothbrush and toothpaste. Makeup wipes, these are so crucial because, at least for me, after I give birth, I just feel like really greasy, and these just are very refreshing. Take makeup off, wash your face with, whatever. This bag I have had, so I just gathered up some, like half of shampoo bottles, but it's shampoo, conditioner, there's a body wash, and then there's a 2-in-1 for my husband. It's like a men's shampoo. And then this, oh, and also my makeup. I will pack a little thing of makeup, not a lot, but I do find that makeup just helps me feel better, especially if we're doing like pictures and stuff. I will pack that when I am actually headed out the door because I don't want to have my makeup tied up. This is new. I've never tried this before, but I've heard really good things, and it is, if it will focus, it is the After Ease like herbal supplement. And every time you have a baby, you have really, well, after my first baby, I don't think after your first baby they're as bad, but after my second baby, and I know subsequent pregnancies, the afterbirth pains are very, very strong. I felt like they were just as strong as labor pains, and I've heard that this stuff is really good. You can like put a couple droppers in your water, and it's supposed to help with the afterbirth pains. Oh, those were no fun to deal with, so I'm not looking forward to that. I also packed a new hairbrush because I just wanted a new hairbrush. It's mine I've had for a long time. So I just went ahead and got a new one, and I always love to take ponytail holders because when you're in labor, at least for me, I don't want to feel hair all over me. I want to like get it up out of my face because I'm usually really sweaty. And then I also, in my makeup bag, I have ready to go a brand new chapstick. Hospitals can be very drying. I'm gonna put that chapstick on, and some hand sanitizer. There's usually hand sanitizer around, but I also have that in my purse that's gonna go with us in case we need it. New baby, everybody has to sanitize their hands. So that is it for that. Next up, I have a change of clothes for my husband. We are actually going to be delivering really close to home, so he could even come home to shower. Like, we're literally just a couple miles down the road, like literally like 1 to 2 miles down the road. So he can come home and shower, but in case he doesn't get around to it, or he just needs something comfortable to change into to sleep, I just got him some gym shorts, some underwear, and just a comfortable t-shirt. And then if he needs to change, he'll have something comfortable to wear. For me, I packed nursing bras. I'm not gonna like show them off or anything, but I did want to mention this because I am very heavily chested. It's not something that I love about myself, but it is fact, and I have a very hard time finding nursing bras that fit me. Very hard time. Like none of the nursing tanks fit. Forget about it. There's no fitting into those, which I think is sad. They should make stuff like that for bigger people, but I, this time around, was determined to find some nursing bras that fit. I've kind of had to suffer through with the other 2 pregnancies and make my regular bras work, but I found 3 different bras on barenecessities.com, and that's where I buy all my bras anyway. They're not cheap. I think these were like 50 bucks a piece. Y'all, when you have bigger chests, bras cost a lot more money. But I found 3 different ones, and I like held my breath that they were gonna fit, and they all 3 do. So I'm not sure which ones I'm gonna like or gonna be the most comfortable. So I'm just gonna bring all 3, and if they get dirty or something, I have a backup, and I'll have easy access to nurse and not have to fight with my regular bra. And then the other thing that's on my list to pack as we're walking out the door is a comfortable pair of pants for me. I'm wearing them all right now, so I don't want to have them tied up in a suitcase, but like some maternity stretchy pants and a nice big shirt to come home in. When I'm at the hospital, I don't change into clothes. I wear comfortable pajamas, very soft things that has easy access for the doctors and nurses to check me and everything like that. But I'll need something to go home in. I'm not going to go home in pajamas. So I'm sure I'll have the outfit I was wearing to the hospital as an option, but then I want to have like some more maternity. I have some maternity leggings that are very comfortable, so I'll probably pack those. And then for my lounge wear at the hospital after I give birth. So I like to give birth in the hospital gown. It gets dirty or really gross, and there's no point, in my opinion, on spending a lot to give birth in like your own hospital gown. Like if it makes you feel better, then that's great, but in my experience they get really gross and you're not in it that long. And it's always so nice after you give birth to get in the hot shower and put on your own clothes. I know some people say like they wear their hospital gown the whole time. Like they'll get just clean ones and they'll put on new ones or whatever. I like to put on my own soft pajamas because the hospital gowns, not only are they opened in the back, so I feel like I'm flashing everyone, they're just not comfortable. They're really itchy and scratchy, and I just love a nice pair of pajamas. So I got 2 new pairs of pajamas, and I spent way more on these than I have ever spent on pajamas. Because it's winter here, all of the pajamas I could find were very long sleeve, hot, long pants, all that. And I wanted something breathable. I'm usually really hot postpartum, all the hormones and everything. And I figured I could always put blankets on, but I can only take off so much. So I went to Kohl's, and I think I spent like $30 per pajama here, which is ridiculous, but I treated myself. So the first one is this really soft, like very breathable little gown, which I like for immediately after postpartum because there's so much going on down there. They have to check and assess your bleeding and stuff, and this is just easy to slip on and off. So this beautiful purple, I love the feel of it, super soft. And then very similarly, this pair of pajamas, and it's pants. Actually, they are pants. I thought they were more like capris, but they are pants, but they're super lightweight and they're not heavy at all. I thought they were really pretty, this gray print. So I have those. And of course I can wear these at home. These will last a long time. They're very, very great quality. And then the shirt. So those are my 2 splurges. And the nursing bras, but you know, you gotta have that. Okay, things I don't pack before I get into the last few things I do pack. At least in America, as far as I know, this is standard. You don't need to pack anything that the hospital provides, like postpartum, like medically, like I love the mesh panties. I do have a couple pairs of my own underwear in here just in case I'm not feeling the mesh panties, but before I have loved them. They stretch really big and they're really comfortable. Pads, Dermablast spray, Tux pads, lanolin cream usually is provided, at least in the hospitals I've been in, but honestly I very rarely had to use that. Who knows, this baby may be different, but I never really had a lot of problems with like nipple pain and stuff like that. Diapers for the baby, wipes, formula, all that stuff usually the hospital provides. So I don't bring any of that. I remember with my first baby, I was so concerned about nursing pads, like in case I was leaking. And I very soon realized, at least for me, my milk doesn't come in till like day 3 or 4. By that time I'm already home and I'm not leaking. So I don't need any of that stuff. So very minimal. I always figure too, if I need something, there'll be family around. I can send them to go get it. Okay, some things that I did not know to pack the first time, but now I do. So my biggest tip for all expecting mothers, snacks. I'm sorry, I've got the hiccups. Snacks. Nate was born, my first was born at like 5:15 or so. Somebody brought me dinner and then all the family went home. Of course, David was with me, but we were downtown. There was no Uber Eats. There was nothing like that. I didn't want him to leave me. Like parking was an issue and everything. So I didn't want him to leave. I was so hungry through the night. I remember like being in tears, like my stomach was growling because I had gone like 2 days without food because I was in labor and not feeling well the day before because labor was starting. I was so hungry. So I vowed to myself I would never forget snacks again. So I did pack a variety of snacks, and this is gonna be way more than we need, but I didn't know what we were gonna be in the mood for. So I brought snacks. I brought some cheese crackers because easy, and I don't want to take, we won't need all of these, but they're nice in this box and they won't get crushed. So cheese crackers, a big can of cashews, I figure protein. I grabbed us some peanut butter M&Ms. My first son is allergic to peanuts, so we only have these away from him. I figured, hey, a couple nights in the hospital without Nate, I can sneak some peanut butter M&Ms, and then just some gummy peach rings. I may not need any of these. Maybe this hospital will have snacks. I don't know, but I desperately needed them the first time and I didn't have them. So I always make sure to pack that. The other thing, this may sound silly, trust me, a towel. The hospital towels, in my experience, are about this big and like super paper thin. And when you are postpartum and you get a shower and you're trying to dry off with like this little towel and there's water everywhere, it was miserable. And then I'm putting clothes on and they're like sticking to me because they're wet. It's worth the space in my suitcase for a towel. Desperately needed. And I remember also wanting my own pillow with one of them, and I probably will bring my own pillow too, because again, the pillows are really thin, but the towel is more important even than the pillow, because I hate that feeling of being wet and not being able to dry off, and the towels are horrible. The other random thing that I saw somebody talk about in one of their videos, and I thought, that's so silly, but then I remembered actually having this problem and needing something like this, a nightlight. So in the hospital, usually there's not a soft light. Sometimes there's like a light above your bed that is a little bit softer, and then like the main light, and your baby's getting up to nurse every hour or two, and you don't want to like, boom, let there be light. And so this is a little portable night light, and it just goes on and off with a button. And I remember being so frustrated about the light situation, like turning my phone on flashlight to try to have a soft light and not waking, you know, myself up too much or the baby up too much. And then postpartum, funny story here. Okay, we're getting a little bit off tangent, but funny story here. I was so tired when Lucy was born, my daughter, my second baby, that it was the same kind of thing. She wanted to nurse, and even the light by our nightstand was so bright, and I just remember trying to figure out how to dim it because it was so bright and it felt like it was waking her up more. So I took a shirt. This was so dumb. I was not thinking. And I put it over the light, and I nursed her, and we kind of both were dozing off. She was back in her bassinet and I was kind of dozing off, and I woke up to it smoking, and thank God I woke up and it wasn't flaming. And I had this shirt with this nice burn mark. So Nightlight, this was like $12 on Amazon. I can link it down below, and it's gonna be awesome for all of those things. And this just runs off of batteries. Other things in here, I have those panties I was telling you guys about, and some socks. I really like the hospital socks, but just in case I want my own, I brought them. That is pretty much it in terms of my stuff, besides like those last minute things I was telling you guys about. An outfit to come home in, a little bit of makeup, I'm talking bare minimum, just to make myself feel a little better if I want to. I don't think I can't remember. I think I used it both times afterwards. Chapstick, snacks are the most important. Okay, so let me show you what I brought in the baby's bag. So here is his diaper bag. This is actually the backpack that I'm going to be using for his diaper bag, so I figured why not just go ahead and pack it. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and show you guys what all we have in here. In the front pocket, I have a variety of pacifiers. I have the Wubbanub, or this is like a different brand of Wubbanub, but I really liked this for my daughter, but I didn't use it on her when she was a newborn, so I'm not sure if it'll work for him on that. And then I have some other little pacifiers. Both of our babies really liked pacifiers, so I'm not opposed to using them early on. The other thing I'm going to stick in here is a little pair of fingernail clippers. My babies have come out with very long nails and they scratch themselves, and so I like to just go ahead and trim their nails very carefully because they're so tiny. But I go ahead and trim their nails and it makes me feel so much better. And I don't really like the gloves and all that. It's just not my thing, so I'd rather just trim their little nails. Okay, I brought a nursing cover. I honestly may or may not use this, but if we have family in the room, especially like David's dad or my dad, I just feel better to be covered up. If it's just girls in there, I don't care. But I brought his little nursing wrap. I brought one blanket. I honestly almost didn't bring a blanket, but I figured going home, it's going to be cold. It might be nice to put a thicker blanket on his car seat. Of course, we'll bring his car seat too. I brought just a few little outfits because, whoops, sorry. We will, I don't know. I like to put them in clothes, but at the same time, sometimes the little onesies in the hospital are fine too. So I just brought a little sleeper. This was given to me by a subscriber, and I thought it'd be really cute for a picture. It's a blue light swaddle, and it says Hello World on the hat, so I thought that'd be cute. I also have another little just tiny onesie. You guys look how tiny that little onesie is. That just was so tiny. I just had to bring it. And then a little outfit I thought maybe to go home in, just something comfortable. Little pants and a shirt. And these are all size newborn. If for some reason he comes out huge, I'll have to get somebody to bring me some bigger clothes. We have plenty here. And then this is what he's going to wear when his brother and sister come to meet him. They have matching shirts, and he has a little onesie that says little brother. I also brought a swaddle lightweight blanket, just in case. I probably won't need this, but if I do, it's nice and soft. That is all I brought for him. The only other thing that I will stick in the car, I won't bring in with us when I'm in labor, it's just in case I need it. Of course, the car seat, of course, that goes without saying, because we will need that. But when I was postpartum with my daughter, I really wanted my nursing pump. And I didn't think to bring it. And I remember asking my mom to bring it up, as well as my nursing pillow. So I'll probably bring both of those and just leave them in the car if I want them. The nursing support pillows are really great, because otherwise I feel like especially having a large chest, I have to like prop up with all these other pillows and the nursing support pillow. I like the My Breast Friend, it's my favorite. But then the nursing pump is also great because the hospital has some you can use, and that's what I did after my son was born. But I remember really wanting to use mine and get familiar with it, my body familiar with it, and I would use it after she ate and pump, and it just was a great way to like get things going. And even one night, they kept her in the nursery because I was so exhausted that instead of waking up to feed her, I would wake up and pump. So anyway, I don't know that I'm planning on doing that again. Maybe I'll just nurse, but it'll be nice to have it in case I need it just right down in the car. So that is it, you guys. I hope I'm not forgetting anything super important. If I am, let me know down below something that you think is important. Oh, man, you guys, I used to have way more stuff packed, but honestly, the hospital really does provide, at least here, pretty much everything you really need. And then they'll send you home with extras too. So I don't worry too much besides just comfort items that are going to make us feel more like we're at home and comfortable. So that is it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for going on this fun ride with us. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Please subscribe if you're new. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I did a lot of bad things, and never did I give in, just 'cause the thought